You mentioned that, we're not the only ones with minimum tax in our jurisdiction. That's a very important point you've raised, and why that is the case is because if we look at peers, for example, I know that Nigeria, for example, last year in Q4, they had to revise theirs downwards because of the realities. If you look at Tanzania, they are not at 1%. The question has been asked, should we have a conversation not whether we should have minimum tax or not, but whether we should revise downwards the rate? What are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts on that is that every entity, every jurisdiction, looks at its specific case. Case in point, you've actually mentioned Nigeria started with a higher figure. Then depending on the market reaction and the response from the market, then they reduced it accordingly. And take an example also of, not minimum tax necessarily, but withholding VAT. If you do remember, we started with 6%. But because of the feedback from the market, the reaction, the increase in VAT refunds, the other repercussions that came with it, we saw the need to reduce it to 2%. It is the same case with every other tax. And remember, giving them credit, giving Kenya credit, like I said earlier, we have to start somewhere. Nigeria, Tanzania started somewhere. And depending on the response from the market, the reaction from the market, the specifics. You see, when you roll out something, you start with a general law. As I said, it might not apply to everybody, or it might impact others differently than others, affect others negatively than others. So depending on the case by case, there might be a need to reduce. You'll be surprised, there might be a need to increase.